Yeah.
I
To
love
add
that.
on to that, a lot of people don't know this about our production team, and I don't know if any other production team does this, but I love the fact that even when I first came on and I was supposed to be acting in the play, Marcus gives the cast the creative freedom to make the character their own.
Mhm.
One thing that we often say to our cast as well is, even if you don't get the lines verbatim, hit the key points.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But as long as you're feeling something, if you feel something that needs to come out, spit it out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's through the years that me and Marcus have been working together. That is definitely something that we've been told that our cast tells us that they appreciate from us. We give them the creative freedom to make the character their own. We give them a guide. They're to create their backstory, and then we give them the guide of the lines and the key points that we want them to hit or key emotions we want them to portray. But ultimately, what you guys saw in the production was really our cast just putting out what they wanted to put out for that character. That's why we had two different casts as well. We had a cast A and a cast B.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Same play, same key lines and key points, but two totally different performances because
Mm-hmm.
because the casts were different, and
Mm-hmm.
it
Mhm.
fed us more. I don't know if other, like I said, I don't know if other production teams do that, but we do, and it definitely works out for us.
Yeah, it's good to have a second cast because that's another thing I would put in my textbook if for directors.
Yeah.
Because it's the main thing is more, with theater, the textbook uh, terms are principal and understudy.
Mhm.
But I just call understudies the second cast.
Yeah.
So it'll be where, they'll have a chance to perform. But actually the second cast is used in case if anyone in cast A, can't do it or get fired or anything, then we have someone from the second cast that can just come on
Mhm.
board and perform.
That's
Honestly,
perfect.
Marcus, maybe we should send them a link to the which cast did you guys see? Well, you
I
maybe
think we saw cast B. I'll have to double check
yeah, maybe
because
we should
Yeah.
send them the link to the other cast so they could see the
The
comparison.
oh my
compare and
gosh.
Oh
contrast.
gosh.
Yes.
Almost a totally different show.
I have had so many times when I was first running a theater company in Tennessee that I had to literally step into a role because someone got in a car accident or something that
Oh wow.
I wish I had learned that like earlier because where I came from in Tennessee we didn't do understudies because we considered it insulting,
Mm-hmm.
but we also lived in a small town where you didn't have that many bodies anyway, so we
Mm-hmm.
have more than one director has a story where they had to literally try to fit in the costume and run in last minute to the point where it's like, maybe we should start making understudies a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
wondering.
Yeah.
Call it a hunch.
Sorry,
Everything and anything can
I brought my
happen with a
laptop up.
cast,
Mm-hmm.
because,
Yeah.
you might have the perfect cast and this and that, but life happens.
Yes.
Anything can
Yeah.
happen, and it can happen even before the curtain goes up.
Right.
Mhm.
And what do you do? Because it was a time where we had, one of our cast members, wonderful actress,
Mhm.
but her Wi-Fi was
Oh.
was was gone. And
Yes.
luckily we had someone from the second cast who knew the lines, who rehearsed the lines before, and we put her in.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
if we didn't have her, I don't know
It
what
would have
we
been
would
no
have
show that night.
Yeah.
I
Or I
have
might have had to step in and read
done.
some.
And read,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Because yeah, I
Oh my
mean, yeah, because as fickle as the Wi-Fi and Zoom are,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Mhm.
taking any chances.
Exactly.
Great as they may be, you still got to
Yeah.
have those elements. Got
I
you.
want to circle back around to something you said, and you brought up how like the pauses were moments. I want to
Hmm.
thank you for that as a reviewer, because one of the things we deal with Zoom plays is we can't tell if the pauses are pauses or the pauses are the Wi-Fi broke. And so we always sit there like like we can't breathe until somebody moves or does something. And so
Yeah,
having your actors fill in those blank spaces,
Mhm.
priceless, because
Uh.
there are no pauses in Zoom. There are broken links and there is nothing else. There's no
Right,
pause.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
right,
So
right. Zoom is his own character.
mhm.
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 I've
we
experienced it, trust me.
we've started calling it, like, you know how in acting they say, breaking the fourth wall when you talk to the
Hmm.
audience. We've called it breaking the fifth wall. Like Zoom is almost its own wall
Hmm.
between you and the audience.
And because there's so many
Absolutely.
well, I've also started calling it that because it's so many characters involved. Like when you're acting opposite of someone, it's almost like you're
Mhm.
breaking the fourth wall to your scene partner
Right,
because you're acting in your own different space. So you have to deal with that.
right.
But
Yeah,
then you also have to make sure you're acting for your partner, but everyone out here.
because
Hmm.
you don't have that emotional connection as if you were in the same room. So like the fourth
Mhm.
wall is between the actors, the fifth wall is between the actors and the audience.
It's like the fifth wall is
Hmm.
that
Exactly.
this little Brady Bunch, little kind of like
Hmm.
Hollywood squares going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah.
Hey guys, if you like what we just did, there's going to be plenty more coming up. Please like, comment, subscribe. Our Venmo is in the description. Please support us if you can. Our cats need the money.